Hey guys, this is Nikki Witherspoon, aka Inventive, your Beta Chapter VP. I am here with another Soror Spotlight for September 2021. Remember, we do these every month. They're included on our newsletter, and it's a way for us to all get to know each other. There's so many people out there. This is a way for you to interact with somebody or get to know somebody that you may not, have direct access to on a regular basis. So I have a really special guest for you guys. She's got a spectacular, very motivating story. If I can get you to come out and give us your government name and give us your real name.
Hello, I'm Amber Dodson. You know me as Lady Prevail number 7, Greatness Line.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so greatness came in with like a force of like 100 hurricanes at one time to this organization. Okay, so anybody watching in the future, greatness came in. It was our biggest line at the time, or to date, by a long shot. And these ladies came in, and I mean, just showed up and showed out. To let everybody know that hey, we are here. Greatness has arrived. Watch out. What made you want to join Sigma Chi Psi?
So it was everything that I stood for. I'm one of those people that I'm not religious, but I'm very spiritual. And so one day, I happened to be on Google, and it just popped up. And I looked into it, and they were talking about good deeds, and I had just said, I want to start doing more in my community. I wanted to be a part of a sisterhood because I'm from Evansville, so down here they have Black Nurses of Evansville. And so I was looking into that, but then when the Sigma Chi Psi came up, and I always wanted to be in a sorority, I was like, oh, I wonder if they would have me, if they'll like me. So it just popped up for me.
That's so interesting because I like to ask everybody how you found the organization or what made you join, because everybody's story is similar but different. People find it all different kinds of ways. Facebook, Google, all over the place, but it shows you the importance of an online presence. And not that Sigma Chi Psi is an online sorority, because it's not. We operate both online and in person, which is a great thing. I mean, you get the best of both worlds, but I totally understand on wanting to, be a part of a sisterhood, wanting to support, your communities and things like that. I mean, it's the same reason I'm in here. So it resonates with me. Your schooling, had you ever gone to a brick and mortar university, or was everything online, or did you do some sort of a mixture in there? What was your school life like?
So, interesting fact about me, and I usually never tell anyone this, but I'm going to go out there. So I graduated high school last year.
Oh, wow.
I just graduated. Yes, I had my GED. I had my children very young, and I wanted to get something. And so I decided that I wanted my high school diploma. And then after that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a nurse now. I'm going to make this happen. Since my kids are grown and they're out, I'm going to make this happen. So I went to the community college here. And then from there, now I'm just doing my prereqs because it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. And from here, I'm going to university. I'm going to transfer to U of V.
Cool.
To finish my.
Cool. I just see. And once again, another question I love to ask people, because, I think schooling was so restrictive. Back in the day, it was either you're all in and you commit to 4 straight years, at this university, or figure it out, and then all of a sudden this whole online movement came about, and I mean, it just opened up so many doors. But I remember, back in the day, some of the first major online universities used to get so much crap because people thought it was just, oh, you're paying for a degree, you're paying for this, you're paying for that. And I tell people nonstop, at these community colleges, these technical colleges, these online universities, or even if they're brick and mortar schools that provide classes online, to me, someone I've gone to a brick and mortar school and an online school, my classes outside of a brick and mortar school have been harder than anything, because it's almost like the students, the professors, they feel like they have to prove themselves. So I honestly think sometimes you get a better education. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I definitely agree with that. I do know that my instructors, they're harder on us. They expect more out of us. And the way they lead is different than instruction. And you have to be more focused and you have to be dedicated because you have to discipline yourself. It's a lot of self-discipline.
Right.
A lot of.
Right. And that comes into play now. I mean, look at this whole coronavirus business, all the people that were not familiar with an online environment had to get a hardcore lesson really fast. In some cases it was like you went to school, on a Tuesday and Wednesday everything was closed and you had to be online, so that was a huge culture shock for a lot of people, and not just school people, but employers, employees, just people in general had to learn how to operate online. And that kind of put all of us at the forefront because we've been doing this. We've been doing the alternative methods of learning and interacting and stuff like that. And now it seems like the rest of the world has caught up with us, like they were forced to catch up with us. So I think we've got, our just steps and steps ahead of everyone else. And that's a cool thing. So you mentioned wanting to do community service and help out in a community. How has that impacted you as of now? Have you implemented anything with the community on your own, or what do you have going on in that direction?
Yes, I have. I'm actually, excuse me, I'm from Indianapolis, but I live in Evansville. And so one day I was in here and I was like, I'm so blessed. I just want to give back in some kind of way. So I've started collecting donations and most of the stuff I bought on my own, where I'm doing hygiene bags for the homeless. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to donate $250 for Evansville and then another $250 for Indianapolis homeless shelters. Ooh. And just or serving at the local kitchen, the homeless shelter kitchen down here. Also, so I work at a hospital. I'm a tech on the floor, and I also do same-day surgery. So I do a lot of giving back at my hospital. I do a lot of volunteering at the hospital that I work for.
Oh, wow, so you're staying busy.
Oh, yes.
That's great. So is there any advice that you can give anyone that may be watching this video right now that is maybe on the fence about putting in an application with Sigma Chi Psi?
Oh, you would ask me that. I definitely do not regret it. I like the push that we give each other. I also like the support that we give one another. As I was saying earlier, I don't have any blood sisters. Mm-hmm. I've never had any sisters. So this is just so different for me and so real for me. Like, just my line, if I can get on there and say, hey, I'm having a bad day, mm-hmm. and it's blowing up, we're praying for you, it's okay. All the motivation is coming in, all the support is coming in. It's so much support. Right. I don't regret it. I would advise anybody to get into sisterhood.
Press the button, submit your application. You won't regret it. For sure. Is there anything that's coming up throughout the end of this year? I mean, we've officially crossed over into the second half of the year. We're almost, I think September is the last month of the third quarter of the year. That's the accountant in me coming out. What are you looking forward to, the rest of September or, the final quarter of 2021?
What I'm definitely looking forward to is probably most of us. I'm looking forward to Founders Day. I cannot wait to be around. I can't wait to be around that energy. Mm-hmm. I'm so excited, like so excited. Like,
I am right there with you. I'm right there with you. We're actually going to have our very first Founders Day. None of us know what to expect. I guess we'll all find out at the same time. But if the excitement's there, and it is for sure. There's going to be a lot more to come on that. So I'm right there with you. I'm in agreement with everything that you said thus far. So we'll leave it at that. But do you have any closing or parting words for everyone out there?
Thank you for listening to my little story. I appreciate it. I love you all. This has been a great experience. Fun fact about me, 8 children, 5 grandchildren.
Oh, wow. So you do not have 8 children.
8 children.
You do not have children. 5 You say 5?
5 grandbabies.
You do not. I don't believe it.
That lives at home, and the other 7 live on their own, grown and gone.
You do not have grown children.
thing early.
When you said grown, like I'm thinking, oh, they can walk, talk, and walk, do their own thing, without being in your face. You talk about out the house grown, girl.
Hey, right. Graduated from school, like out here with a career.
Okay, come through with the good genes. All right, I got you. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, regardless of anything in the past, you've instilled it in them that you can do whatever you put your mind to. That there's no time limit on getting things accomplished. What worked for one may not work for another, and there's always an alternative. So you're walking, talking proof of that, and I'm quite sure that's motivation for them. For any hurdle or obstacle that they may come into or come in contact to in their life.
I never made high school graduation just the end all be all for them. I'm like, okay, so after you graduate, what will you do next?
Right.
Like, what's our plan? School, college? What college are you going to?
Right.
What trade school are you going to? So when you don't give them an option, when the option is like from little bitty, I started that. Hey, have you started looking at college? We were talking about college like elementary, trade, elementary, middle school. We're talking about trade schools and colleges. So I'm proud of them.
Hey, that's great, and I'm sure they are super proud of you as well. So I'm glad that we were able to talk. I'm glad that you were able to share a piece of you with our members and any potential members that may be out there watching, because I think this is so important, because it gives people the motivation and the understanding that although we may have similarities, there's a lot of differences as well, but there's things that you can overcome, and there's really no reason why you can't do whatever you want to do. You just have to put this to it, So these Soror Spotlights do exactly that, and they spotlight tremendous people that we have within our organization, and allow everyone else to see just how awesome you are. So I thank you for your time. I thank you for every story you shared with us, and just the motivation, just your story alone, just that motivation right there is enough for. That's I'm speechless. But I want to thank you for your time, and thank everybody else out there for watching. And hey, catch us for the next month for some more good details. And I'll put some links out there at the bottom of the video. If you have anything, if you need any help with the hygiene and bags and stuff like that, then we'll make sure that we let people know how to get in contact and move forward with that. But thank you for sharing with us. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for listening and watching.